phone today. I am also super busy, trying to basically run the business and continue to move forward as well. So I'm a bit behind on the numbers that I owe you, man. So I think this will kind of just be us, like, I don't want to say reorienting, but just kind of figuring out exactly where we have won this week and where we need a little bit more time, which is it's totally understandable because I know how precious everyone's time is. So we just, let's just kind of get started and we can just talk about all that as we go because, like I said, I totally get it, man.
That's appreciated. Yes, we all do have these busy weeks and busy days, and all of us do something as well on the side. So it's important for us to support, understand as well, and just pick it up. So I think that's good to know, and we'll start working.
Yes, we definitely will. And I think really the main thing is that we're getting a lot done. The team is getting coordinated. Today, I know we're a little short on people actually, but let me just say meeting is started. But we have accomplished a lot. And in the last meeting, we actually had over 13 or 14 people who ended up in the meeting. So that was great. It was good to see that we had so much engagement for the all hands meeting. And I think that we could probably get up to 18 people on the meeting. And that's about the amount of people that I think are going to end up participating in some way, shape, or form. And we also removed, a good amount of people. So I'll kind of go over, Mr. Crypto. I know that you kind of missed the meeting last time, and that everyone else basically probably needs an update as well. So I'll just go over the update that I sent, and then I'll kind of, I guess, talk. We'll just have an open dialogue about where we are and what we need to do together. So like last time, we basically, let's see, I don't know how I just lost my position. Oh, gotcha. Okay, so the budget. So we still need to meet with Ian. I know that we need to like nail down a time for that. I think the probably the best thing for us is just to establish a weekly operations call. Um, and then I think that that would be pretty easy for us to get going and rolling. Maybe it's just at a better time where we can all meet in the morning before Ian goes to work, or maybe just like a little bit later in the evening. I think that would be better for you and Ken as well. So then we can, just kind of have a good time for us to talk ops, talk numbers. I know Ian does like risk analysis. I don't know if he does statistical analysis, but that would also help me in terms of the projections of like the token and stuff like that. So that would probably be the best way to do that. I guess while I have you, what days and times, I guess, in the morning and evening are good for you? Like what time is it for you right now?
Drak, I have 15:35, so it's 3:30 in afternoon. And it was really interesting because last meeting on Tuesday, I was just logging inside in a meeting, and you just finished the meeting. So it was like, ah, man, I've just missed it for a few minutes. But I knew that it might be missed because of the meeting I was going into. Um, what we can do is probably do the operations meeting on a weekend. Just
Mm.
what it means then, if you guys are okay, and we can actually plan it. So it's nighttime maybe at me, or early mornings at you, or I think the operations call can happen if I'm happy with that on a weekend. Probably is going to be better as well, because we do have these two meetings here, which is Tuesdays and Thursdays, with all the rest of the teams. So let me know what's your thoughts on this.
Yeah, man. I'm always busy on the weekends and stuff, and we can always just, hop on the phone and I can record and take notes on my phone and stuff like that. I frequently do like work on my phone, so I'm happy to meet whenever you guys are happy to meet. I just appreciate you guys being able to carve the time out, being willing to carve the time out. So, and I think that would work for Ian too. I think that he'd probably honestly prefer to work on the weekends and when he just has like a little bit of a slowdown as well. What
Sounds
about you,
good.
Ken?
Sounds.
Sorry to cut you off there. Ken, does that work for you as well? Can you meet on the weekends?
Yeah, anything. I'm free anything.
Okay. So yeah, I think that works for the whole ops team. So I guess we'll start. Well, I'll ping everyone after this meeting, and we'll figure out what a good day and a good time on probably Saturdays is, and then we can just set like the meeting countdown inside of the group, and then we'll just do the same thing that we always do, just jump on the meeting and then kind of reschedule it, and I'll record it, host the notes and all that good stuff, and we'll be going on that team. So that's awesome. Okay, so let me pull up the project plan real quick. I had so many things open that I wanted to talk about. So that, I guess that's operations. We're going to set up an operations meeting. We're still working on the budget and the budget breakdown. This week I worked a lot on with the communities team to like install the bots, to get all of the automations with the bots basically working, and like essentially put into the group. So now we have like a series of commands where everyone can essentially be welcomed, and a lot of that mod stuff can be put on autopilot. And really, if there's a question, you can just /FAQ, right? Give people the answers to the question. If they want the website, you can /website, give them the website. And then, if you need to take a look at the actual commands, you can /commands and get all of the commands that are basically possible in each group. And same thing for the team group. If you want to pull the meetings, pull the project plan, pull anything, it just makes it easier for us, so that we don't have to essentially constantly direct those links to everyone. So that was done. Ken and I reached out to everyone on the roles and response. I ended up cutting 6 people and identifying another 6 to 10 people to cut out as well. So that's going to be happening again on Tuesday. We'll have an all hands. We'll see who shows up, and we will essentially plan accordingly. In the roles and responsibility tab, everyone who is green or yellow is essentially accounted for at this point. Anyone who is red is going to be removed in the next week or has already been removed. And then I think there's a few people who are yellow who I need to kind of keep accountable, and we'll see if they turn red, and so on and so forth. And so that's kind of a system for us to start removing people, giving them the opportunity to change their behavior, but also giving them a warning in terms of letting them know that they're in danger of being excluded from the operations. So the community forum messages, the roles and responsibilities, we've labeled everybody, removed the groups, got that in. Ken is in every single group to help drive operations between teams, keep people accountable, and start dividing the work. And then everyone's role, like responsibilities in terms of what they do, has been placed beside them. So some of the engineers are for NFTs, some of the engineers are for innovation, and so on and so forth. We have all of that lined out. The budget, like I said, Mr. Crypto is getting started on. The brand assets, brand story, we're basically finished with the timeline and the roadmap. I am working on the art. The thing about the timeline and the roadmap is it's a slight change on the website, but it almost seems like, because we have this distribution tool, that we're going to have to add a tab into the UI of the DApp and essentially replace the UI. So I figured, why not just replace the entire UI of the website to be a little bit more sleek? It's going to be the same amount of money, the same amount of work, and it would just basically help us look a little bit better as well. So I think that's probably the best way for us to do it. What do you think about that, Mr. Crypto? Do you think we should just kind of take a couple more weeks, since we're working on all of this different stuff anyway, and just reskin the website like that? Or is it better for us to just go ahead and publish the roadmap immediately?
No, I think probably, I think first I would introduce the roadmap with us, so we all can, in the teams here, we can actually discuss everything together as a team, plan it out, your ideas,
Mm-hmm.
and if there's something else missing, or just so we can actually bullet point most of the questions, what other people will have and what we'll find. So bring it out here first, and then once we agree, we can publish it. We can publish it for public. I think that would be the best scenario, best way.
Okay, so we'll have a roadmap review meeting then. We may do that on Tuesday when everyone is there, and just kind of talk about the scope of the project. And then I also think we'll focus on that meeting about assigning tasks, and if we have any sort of updates from our side on the operations, then we will also do that. Algo's in here, right? Yeah, so I know Algo is working on the token distribution. We're trying to figure out the best way to do this. Basically, it's either going to be a bulk token distributor where we're distributing the tokens to a variety of address simultaneously, or it's going to be a claim system where it gets distributed to the addresses, but people have to actually go and claim. I was under the impression that we wanted to send them directly at first, but after thinking about it, I'm almost thinking that a claiming system is probably better in terms of as a supply lever where we can control how much supply is entering circulation, because then we can basically put a countdown clock on the claims and everything like that, and we don't have to make a designation in between everything. What do you guys think about that?
Claiming, I would agree with claiming, going inside and claim the tokens. That's going to be better, and I believe it's going to be much trustier as well. People will trust much better than having some coins accidentally or incidentally showing up. So it's
Yeah.
hard to say, but
Okay. No, I definitely agree with that. I think it's going to be more difficult, is what we've figured out on the development side. Um, and it's also going to be a bit just messy, right? Like we're going to have to we might have to expose private keys. You may have to do some other things. So I think it may just be easier to um, make that where people go and claim it, and it'll just make Algo's job easier. So I think we're going to go in that direction where, we can just assign an amount of tokens to each wallet, right? Basically whitelisting them to for an X amount to basically be withdrawn from the specific wallet that we're going to attach to the multi-sig as or the multi-sig wallet that we're going to use as the airdrop treasury. And then essentially everyone will be able to approve those transactions as they go through. So we'll figure out a way to do that, batch them, or figure something out that's a little bit more elegant. But I think that that's going to make your life easier. And that gives us the airdrop strategy and the claim distribution strategy done. The only thing that we need to figure out is a time lock, and I'm sure that what we'll do is just end up making it where it's modular, right? You can kind of time lock it to the amount of time that seems to be working for everybody. So that is that. The community governance and procedure documents, I still need to work with everyone on the rules and figuring out exactly how that's going to work in the community. Adam, I think I have you on that. If we could just pull some general community rules, no cursing, no profanity, no hatred of any kind, that type of stuff. And we can just go over that. That would be awesome. And then let's see, the operation, ops procedures, consolidation, marketing plan, all that different stuff. I'm not exactly very concerned about that, to be real. We kind of have a good flow going. We know when our meetings are. Like I said, Ken has gotten into the operations and of all the groups, from communities to shilling to other groups. So we're gonna, as we get more team engagement and more of an understanding of how to divide these tasks, then we will basically be able to kind of start divvying out the work with a lot more efficiency. So that's my first goal and my main goal until we have everyone on board and moving as a team and being coordinated. All the leads are understood, and everyone is kind of just humming along. And I think all of those other things can come in place very easily. So other than that, the only thing that I've been working on is kind of getting a few extra things for the contracts finalized, trying to set up some audits that are just small audits to make sure that everything is working as we're testing things. My main focus has been the numbers and just getting some of these things that are basically like hanging over our head from the last sprint knocked out, and then trying to figure out exactly where the funding the funding goals are going to lie. So that's kind of where I am. I think we're going to I think we have a solution for funding. My fingers are crossed. I don't know yet. I will let you guys know next week once we have more of a concrete understanding of how that's working and if it's been successful or not. And then we'll also talk about team funding and all of those things as well. But that's kind of it that I have from my side. Please, everybody, if y'all have anything to say or if y'all have any thoughts, questions, concerns, please, let me know and let Mr. Crypto know, let us all know, and we can, just start knocking those off one by one.
So I do have two things I just want to catch up. So
Yeah.
on coming back to claiming, okay, claim. You know,
Hmm.
when the guys come down to claim, can we have something to? So what I'm thinking is they're gonna claim they want to get because these guys gonna be from Gulf, yes, most of the people they want to get the money back, so they will be trying to sell them because that's going to give them an opportunity to get some money back. Okay,
Hmm.
so that's the way they will be going. What I'm thinking is, can we have an option so where they can claim they tokens and they can lock in them into them automatically, maybe locking them into like for 2 months, 3 months as a staking platform as well, claim to stake with one click of the button or something like that, just to give them an opportunity uh, to people who want to stay in the project longer. But that's I think that's one important part to think.
I think that's a
Okay,
great
yeah,
idea. I'll keep going now, go.
yeah, we can have something like that, but have in mind that that's going to take us a whole lot of time because I have to, talk to the main dev about this new idea because my initial idea was that we can have disbursed contracts, but I guess the claiming part should be fine. Though I'm not really sure about the locking aspects because actually since they are claiming their rewards, uh, we can set a specific time for them that the claiming function will start working, right? For and they can once they claim they can sell off, but I will find a way to look about the locking aspects or something like that to because it has to be with the token itself. The token has to have some function unless you can have a staking platform or we just change it to a staking platform that is they once they claim they can stake as Mr. Crypto has suggested. So that's the best only way we can work about it because once you're able to claim, there's no way you can lock it like in the sense that since you already have the token and the, part of the token given to you is not locked directly from the contract itself. So once you have the token, you can sell it off unless it's not the liquidity is not provided. Or making some sense here. So, but I don't know if the what the locking part will be. So it will be fine if I talk to the main dev and I give you guys the
Sounds
results
good.
on what we are going to do. But probably, but the only best way we can do it is what Mr. Crypto has suggested, and that's another big job for us because we have to work on a staking platform. All right, once they claim, they can stake. But for the liquidity, I mean the locking part, I really don't know how we are going to do that. I'll be honest, because once you claim, if you guys have any better idea, you can just let me know. I will know how to strategize that.
So I think the best way to basically accomplish all of this and make it extremely simple would simply just to be like claiming what claiming means is there's a list of addresses that are whitelisted, right? And they can basically then withdraw from whatever wallet or from whatever pool are there the specified amount that's whitelisted, right? So the first thing is the locking. The locking would basically mean that that whitelist is a list, but it doesn't become an actual whitelist until a certain date and time, and that date and time just moves it forward once it has unlocked for a certain amount of time, right? Until the next period of time, if that makes any sense. So it may be open for a day, may be open for 2 days, and then from that time period on, then they would not be able to claim them until they're whitelisted again. So that's number one. I'm sure we'll have to work that out of how that works, but that's kind of just an off the top way of how it works. And to kind of go with that, there could just simply just be an additional function to where if you choose not to claim your other tokens, then you just get like a bonus, right? The system simply just accounts for a 1% or a 10% bonus and allocates those tokens to you every single window, right? So that you're essentially staking, you're making money, right? Because it's an auto staking token. So the token is already essentially, those emissions are already being sent to your wallet because you're holding the token. So those emissions are going to be accumulating in the airdrop amount anyway, right? So we would just simply just add an additional percentage of tokens onto there, and the protocol will take care of the rest, right? So that's probably the easiest way to do it. It's just every single time you don't claim, you get a 10% bonus or you get a 5% bonus. And then the extra tokens that accumulate there will simply just compound on top of themselves because you have a greater amount of tokens. So I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's kind of the way that I was thinking about it while we were talking.
It makes perfectly sense, and I think that was probably the same way. So I would envision this to happen, just to be, to given opportunities, also locks in a bit more on a project, and it doesn't need to be, it doesn't need to get withdrawn as well. So it shouldn't be dumping as well there. So because of that, then.
Right. And
Okay,
you
so
could
then
almost even
James,
lock your tokens there.
Edrak,
Yeah, what's
probably
up?
I'm going to message you about this new idea so we can
Okay.
settle that in the DM because I really don't get what you said, but I'll message you. All right.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll draw out like a diagram and I'll kind of try to map it out a little bit
Oh,
more elegantly.
that'll be fine. That'll be better.
Okay. Yeah, that would be awesome. So we can do that. And, because I know I just kind of spitballed off the top there. Um, but yeah, I think that would be the best way to do it. Mr. Crypto, you said you had one more question, right?
Yes, one more thing is we have, I can see in a group chat we have more people and more people coming in, and there's
Hmm.
I was talked with you before about this. If we can create like a treasury
Hmm.
where we can contribute from us to help the project, like if I'm willing to put another $1,000 in somewhere, which wallet we put it in, and then we can utilize this money for us to speed up the work, help you deal with the costs, just to be part on the team. So that was my other question, really.
Gotcha. I think that what we can do is we can just put a community proposal out, right? Like just send a message in terms of, hey, we're looking to do this, and just kind of do the, if you guys haven't seen, you can now like backslash ping all, right? And just ping everybody at the same time. Um, and then we'll just say, hey, we're starting a community fund, and we'll maybe have a poll attached to that. How much would you be willing to contribute? We can basically take that down and then figure out what the best way to collect the funds is. And that would really be for, any sort of additional contract stuff, or just, maybe like the new UI, and then going into the marketing push. So I always appreciate you guys thinking about, helping out and all that different stuff. And we'll figure out the best way to do that. And I will also focus on creating that thing after we get off the meeting, and when I, update with the meeting notes and kind of give everybody the post meet kind of, I guess, wrap up. So I'll make sure to include that, and we can kind of see what everybody thinks. I have a meeting at 10, guys. So does anyone have any more questions before we start wrapping things up?
No, dude, I think that's everything. Like I said, we'll wait for you. We'll catch up on the weekend anyway, and then we'll get through the numbers. But I think everything else is there on the go. I'm pleased with everything. Seeing how it goes. Good.
I am as well. I think we're doing good. I think the team is coming together. Like, again, there's almost 8, 9 people in this meeting right now. And we'll just continue this moving forward with this momentum. And on Tuesday we'll have an all hands. And continue to ping all and get everybody kind of just oriented. I'm sure we'll have 10 or 11, 12, maybe even close to 20 in that meeting. So thank you guys for taking the time. I know everyone's sacrificing the time out of their day and out of their lives, so we really appreciate it. And before I go, if anyone has any other questions, please just fire them at me. And then other than that, I think we're good, guys.
All good, Jack. Happy to be here again. So nice to see so many people here on joining us in the meeting. So it's great.
Agreed. Definitely agreed. Real quick, Samuel, thanks for joining, bro. I wanted to just say this because I know we've been talking about it. Samuel is going to do the Web3 layer between the React code and between the new UI once we have it done. But what I wanted to say just real quick is Algo is still working on the distributions contract, And then the private self fundraising contract thing is already basically still being worked on as well. So once we get those two contracts completed, I will send you the source code that same day. Um, PM me, please, because if you want to, I can get with Emmanuel, who's working on the other contract right now, which is why he hasn't been available to basically send all of that stuff over, and just get you access to the repo so you can start taking a look at the contract. But we won't be able to start that project until one, we have a UI, which I can get back in, a few days, and then two, until we have the React layer possibly updated, or those three scripts merged into one script that's just this like the full website, and then three, basically we can start building that Web3 layer and kind of seeing exactly how long that will take. And you and Eman will probably end up actually undertaking that together, because he's also very good at writing Web3 layers, and I'm sure you guys can teach each other some stuff. So I'm about to run off to a meeting, but I just wanted to mention that real quick, because I know it's very important that we have a unified branding and a unified feel for the website, and that all of these different contracts are basically accessible and hosted in the same place, and they all look, clean. And we'll also get the roadmap up. So just wanted to say that real quick, guys, but I'm going to jump off here. Please feel free to do the same. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Operations team will meet on Saturday. The development team will figure out a time for everybody to meet and stuff like that, so we can talk, and I'll keep everyone posted in the main group about those meetings in case they want to jump in. And then other than that, yeah, guys, always appreciate it. And let's get it done, and let's get to the project out to the world.
Excellent, George. Enjoy your meeting, and then I'll catch up soon as you.
Sounds good. Enjoy the rest of your day, man.
Take care, everyone.
Later, Adam. Thanks for jumping in, bro. Sam Master, Samuel, Nicholas, thank y'all for being here, bros. Good to see y'all as always. Hope everything is good in y'all's day too. And yeah, I'll catch up with you guys individually.
Okay.
Later, guys.